Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it is lovely to see you today. In this video we're going to be talking about a book called Memories of the Afterlife, so grab your brew and let's get to it. So as always, before we get to the review, we have to talk about the brew, and today's brew is called Rhubarb and Custard. It's a herbal tea from Asda. I will leave a link to it down below, as I do with everything that I have on this channel. That will not be an affiliate link, so no worries there. Go and grab yourself some because it is yummy. So this last month I was reading Memories of the Afterlife. This is by Michael Newton, PhD. He's brought out a few other books as well, but this is a book that I chose to read because this is what fascinates me. I know we have past life regression and I'm really into that as well, but what really fascinates me is what happens between those lives. Where do we go when we're reflecting on the things that we learn in this life that we've just lived and before we choose the next life that we want to go through? This is something that I've wanted to research and find more about. There's a lot of information, a lot of evidence for past life regression and for the fact that we have multiple lives. I can do videos about that if you'd like, but a quick Google search will give you lots of information. But Memories of the Afterlife is something that really spoke to me, and it was something that I was like, yes, I want to learn more, I want to research, I want to learn. And this book really spoke to me because of all the things to talk about, it's that bit in between where we go back to the upper realms, where we communicate with our spirit guides, our guardian angels, that kind of thing, where we see the council, where we review and go over everything that we learnt. And I got everything out of this book that I wanted to get out of it. I can honestly say that it is an incredible book. It's basically what they do. And you have to go to people who've been trained by this specific group. So what they do is they do a past life regression, and then they take you from the death from that life as you follow your soul up into the higher realms, and then what happens there when you meet your soul group, when you see all your spirit guides and all that kind of thing, and as you go over your life. And basically what they've found is by doing this sort of regression, you can find out a lot about what you're supposed to be learning in this life, what things are left over, what past trauma from previous lives are still affecting you now, which can come out in unknown pain that you can't find any reason for, illness. It can be depression, it can be problems finding, your soulmate, it can be problems within your family. All sorts of things are affected by your past life trauma. And this is something that I really just ate up. I loved reading this book. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. So basically each story is told by the hypnotherapist, and it's from people all over the world who are qualified in this, and they talk about a particular standout client, and they talk through why the person came to see them, everything that happened in the past life regression as well as in the life between lives, and then they go through how that affected and changed their lives afterwards. The transformations that you hear about in these stories are incredible. I'm nearly at the end. I'm a very slow reader because I'm really busy, so I'm slow reader. That's partly why I started this. I wanted to force myself to read more books. So this book I read today, one of the stories was a man who was having a lot of anxiety and depression, and he was also having a lot of migraines, and nobody could find any reasoning for this. And when he had a past life regression, one of his previous lives he was a slave in America, and then his next life he was a German soldier, Nazi soldier, which I found incredibly interesting. And it turned out that his migraines came from the fact that he was a sniper and would shoot the people in the head, and he felt incredible grief and struggled very much with what he was doing, because he didn't want to be a soldier. He wanted to stay at home, but they threatened his family, and so he was forced to go and work for them. And he hated the things that he was doing, and that continued on into this life. And reading that really showed me that sometimes, unknown pains that we have can be from past trauma. It really showed me that working on shadow work, working on healing your past, working on forgiving people who've hurt you in the past in this life can let go of all that trauma from previous lives and can help you move forward when you pass on from this life. And that just really reaffirms everything that I believe in, which is really nice. It really is comforting. It's really nice to know, I'm on the right path here. I'm on the right, I've got it somewhat sussed out, but probably nowhere near sussed out, but I'm kind of, I'm getting there. What I loved is no matter what the culture or the religion of the person having this regression, the stories of between lives was always the same. They always went out of their body to a place where they were met by a guide, their main spirit guide, and they would take them to their soul group where they would be reunited and be able to talk to people. And most of that time, the people in their soul group would be people they know from this life. So it would be things like, oh my goodness, that's so-and-so, and they are my mother in this life, or that's my sister in this life, or that's my best friend, or that's my husband. That really inspired me. I thought that was lovely. And then every time they go from there sometimes to a period of self-reflection alone in solitude, and that's usually in a room that's very high vibration to help you work through all the things that you've experienced in that life. And then from there, you will go to a council or a library, one or the other from these stories. I don't think you do both. If you go to the library, you basically write down everything that you experienced, and it's filed away in this eternal, massive library where you can read up on different parts of your life. And then the council is where you go and you can talk about the things that you experienced and also get some insight from those council members, who are usually high vibrational beings or spirit guides or angels who are not judging you. A lot of people start off thinking, oh, I'm being judged, but you're not. It's just kind of meeting with a council to talk about what you experienced and what happened and what you can learn. The main thing that I got from this is there is no guilt or there's no blame laid on you. If you have lived 3 lives in a row and each of them have been very similar and you still haven't learned that thing that you were sent to learn, you're not judged for that, which I really love. Being brought up a Christian, we're taught that we're judged and you're going to be punished for everything that you do wrong. But that's really not what I got from these accounts. And that felt really good, because I don't want to follow a being. I'm still working on my language for God. At the moment, I'm using Mother Father, but I really need a genderless word for God. Is there one? I need help. If you are interested in our soul journey, if you're interested in growing, in dealing with past trauma, I would definitely recommend this book. It's incredible. It just really spoke to my soul and really showed me things that I've been interested in a long time. And there are a few books in this series written by the same man, so I will leave links to all of them down below. There will be links where I get a little bit of money if you click and buy through those, but it's no extra cost to you, so don't worry. No pressure at all. But if you're interested in reading any of these books, definitely have a look and check out those links. The next book we're going to be reading is called Reclaiming Witchcraft, and this is by Irisanya Moon. I'm really interested in these little pagan portals. Does anybody else read these pagan portals? I think they're a really great way of just dipping your toe into different areas of witchcraft. And discovering the things that you might be interested in learning more about. So this is a whole kind of witchcraft. I'm not sure if it's a religion, but I think it's a little bit like Wicca and paganism, as in they are separate kinds. So this is called Reclaiming Witchcraft, and I'm really interested in reading this. I have a lot of these pagan portals saved in my to watch list, so keep your peepers peeled, because there'll be more reviews of these books coming as the months go on. And again, if you want to read this book along with me over the next month, link will be down below so you can buy it for yourself. So here I am, I'm in my new house, I'm settled. I think my videos are going to get back to normal-ish, I hope. So if you want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, I post twice a week about disability awareness, about vintage fashion, and also about spirituality. So if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you head down below and click that little subscribe button. Clicking the subscribe button definitely helps my channel to grow. It helps me to know that you're enjoying my content and you don't miss anything that I post. So don't forget to head down there, click that little subscribe button, ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I try my very best to be here twice a week, every week. Things will be a bit crazy while I'm moving, but we're more or less settled-ish. So hopefully I will be more reliable. While you're down there, please leave me a comment. I would love to know if you've read this book or if you are interested in the Pagan Portals books. I would love to know what your beliefs are, if you believe we have multiple lives or if you believe that it's one and done, you have one chance at it. I love talking about these sorts of things, no judgment, nothing like that. I just love talking about it. So if you are interested in a little chitty chat with me about these things, definitely leave me a comment down below. And then while you're there, why not leave me a cheeky little like so that I know that you enjoyed this video. It would make me so happy. Also, my husband cut my fringe. We're not going to talk about that. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you'll stick around. I put this playlist together for you, so please go and clickety-click on that. Watch some more of my content. I would absolutely love that. I hope you have a really wonderful week ahead of you. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah.